my name is Jess. I'm a therapist, matchmaker, mental health coach, and today we're going to be talking about ways to level up your life in 2024. So I've been hearing a lot about like this slow girl era, and I really love the idea of like having slow mornings and relaxing and just taking your time with things. I know that when I was like going to college and in high school, I would wake up 10 minutes before I needed to run out the door because I valued sleep so much. I still do. But it didn't really give me time to, I guess, mentally prepare and enjoy my time. I would wake up, brush my teeth, throw on my clothes, or already be sleeping in my clothes, especially when I was waking up at 5 a.m. to go to soccer practice, and then bolting out the door. First thing I would say is make sure you're getting enough sleep. Please, in 2024, let's prioritize sleep and how important that is. I've talked to a lot of people who said they've had a lot of trouble sleeping or going to sleep. I've heard, and I don't know if this is 100% true, pretty sure it might be, but that women in particular need at least 10 hours of sleep, right? So make sure you're having 10 hours of sleep, or at least going to bed at least 10 hours before. Most people have busy lives. Do what you can, do what's realistic for you, but try to be in bed 10 hours before you need to wake up at the very least. And then if you're having trouble sleeping, there's a few things that you can try. I usually always recommend breathing techniques from this guy named Wim Hof. And I'll link it down below. He's great. It's a 10-minute beginner's breathing technique. And I've done it a few times before working out because it gives you a lot of oxygen and circulation. My partner has done it many times to help him go to sleep and wake up fully rested. If you are going to go through the breathing technique way, I recommend doing it, I think it is 30 minutes before you go to sleep and then when you wake up. And if you're consistent with that, you should see results, right? So 30 minutes before you go to sleep and also when you wake up in the morning. As well as I always recommend magnesium because it's helped me in the past, and magnesium is just so great for so many different things. Has so many benefits. I'll also link what I use in particular down below as well as a supplement. Always make sure you check in with your doctor, but it's a natural supplement. It isn't going to harm you. Read the directions, talk to your doctor, all that great jazz. So number one is focus on your sleep. Make that a priority. Make sure you're well rested. And then when you wake up in the morning, try not to hit snooze. I know it's very obvious, but we all do it. I'm freaking guilty of it too. Especially when it's cold in the winter. You just want to like stay underneath your cozy like warm blankets. So I get it. Prioritize your sleep is number one. Number two, I would say is overall wellness, right? And also kind of skincare. When you wake up in the morning, try to wash your face with cold water. As cold as you can handle. Not only is it really great for your skin, people are always like, oh my god, your face is like so nice, like you don't have a lot of acne or any acne at all, thankfully, knock on wood. Also, they always compliment how nice and soft my hands are. I don't lotion them every day. I do lotion them out of the shower, but one of the main things is that I always wash my hands and wash my face with cold water. As cold as I can handle it, just put it in my face really quickly, just take a deep breath and just do it. So that has a lot of great benefits, as well as like cold showers in general. They have a lot of wonderful benefits. I also do try to use cold water for my hair. Cold water is just good for you in general. There's a lot of health benefits sort of. The guy who does a lot of breathing techniques, if you do a deep dive on him, he does a lot of holding your breath under like cold water. Like I'm talking about like they cut out a piece of ice in a lake or somewhere and he goes underneath and just crazy stuff. Not telling you to do all that. Just put some cold water on your face. You'll see a lot of great benefits if you are consistent and do it for long term. Next thing that I highly recommend that's actually really helped me in overall, I feel like gut health and nutrition. And I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you from what my experience is and what I would recommend is at least eating something in the morning, especially if you're struggling to lose weight. That's what my nutritionist told me. She's like, you need to start up your metabolism, and within an hour of you waking up, you need to eat something. And for me, some food just really ick me out now when I wake up, and it was really hard for me to start getting used to it, but I wanted to see progress. I wanted to better my gut health and my overall health, so I pushed myself and figured out what would work for me. I did oatmeal and yogurt, or if I'm just feeling yogurt, I just do yogurt. I do the Chobani Complete one, which is 20 grams of protein. Oatmeal, I do usually have fiber, which is, I've been seeing people trying to increase their fiber intake in 2024, and I'm gonna tell you, once I did increase my fiber intake and I did some intermittent fasting. I'm not going to go into that, and I also don't promote intermittent fasting anymore, but I did it to lose weight because I've been struggling, but I also did it with guidance of a doctor. I digress. I lost weight and I felt so much better internally. That was like a lot of eating broccoli and the oatmeal and stuff like that. My tip number 3 would be make sure you have something that's nutrition packed in the morning. So nutrition being protein, fiber, stuff like that. If yogurt icks you out, maybe banana, maybe the oatmeal. Do a little bit of research on what you can and should be eating and what you can tolerate. Put your nutrition first. Number 4, I would say, is reduce your coffee intake or find healthier alternatives. When I was in college, my coach scared the living crap out of me and told all of us not to drink alcohol, not to have coffee. So I was really strict on that. I didn't drink coffee. My dad convinced me to try this one called Organo Gold, which is an organic coffee. And I fell in love with it. It's great. They have different flavors. They don't really need any extra sugar or anything or milk. Maybe a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. I'll get into that in a second. But reducing your coffee intake will do wonders for your gut health and overall health. For me, I do it for the taste, but it also makes me feel very sluggish and icky. But I just love the taste. It's just what I grew up with. I'm Latina. What can I do? Reducing your coffee intake to once a day, or changing it to just black coffee, or if you have to have a sweetener, switch to monk fruit sweetener. It is an actual fruit that is so much more healthier for you, and it comes in like powdered sugar form. It's really great substitute. My nutritionist was like, that's wonderful, keep doing it. And she even told me I could have 2 cups of black coffee with monk fruit sweetener a day. So if you're a coffee lover and you need to have your coffee, try switching it to that. If you can't switch to the style that you like lattes, I love lattes, just do it once a day at max, or find other alternatives. There's also the mushroom kind of coffee. I've tried the mushroom one. Depends who makes it, where I get it from. That it's a hit or miss for me. On some of these hipster places, they have ashwagandha, monk fruit sweetener, so all these other stuff make it a little bit better and more tolerable. Ashwagandha is also great for depression, by the way, as a natural supplement if you take it consistently. Also, matcha is also a great alternative. I really try to get into matcha, and I do like matcha in certain places, but it's a great alternative to coffee. So reduce your coffee intake or caffeine intake as much as possible. I also used to love to drink a lot of energy drinks like Bang and C4, but we're trying to take care of our heart and our gut health, so I try to reduce it as much as I can and just drink so much water. Which will bring me to number 5. Increase your water intake. I know a lot of us already do drink a lot of water, but it's so easy to forget. So at the very least, drink half your body weight in ounces. Let's say you're 200 pounds, do 100 ounces of water. Something that I really want to emphasize is making sure that you're bringing joy into your life. It's something that I emphasize with my students who are trying to reduce their anxiety and anger and irritability and stuff like that. I feel like as we become adults, we lose the things that we love, whether that's hobbies, sports, whatever the case may be, because we have to adult. There's bills that we have to pay. There's sometimes we have kids and pets and expenses and all these other stuff. But I don't think you should neglect yourself. If you can't help yourself, how can you help others? And also, if you're putting everyone first, you're really not happy and you're gonna blow up eventually. Whether that's carving out 20 minutes a day for alone time, or 30 minutes to an hour a week to doing a hobby that you enjoy and love, like ice skating, soccer, rock climbing, maybe it's painting, maybe you just want to watch a rerun. I think it's really important to do those things. And if you don't know what to do, reflect on what you used to like when you were a kid that you don't do anymore. For me, it's roller skating. I really want to go back into that. And also, I've always wanted to learn how to play the drums. My mom said no. I played the violin for most of my life. So getting back and trying to do things that I was not able to do growing up, like taking the drum lessons, is something that I want to achieve and try to do for 2024. And it's something that I implore you to explore and stuff. What is something that you were never able to do growing up because of finances or restrictions or moving, whatever the case may be? Think about that and implement that in your life, whether that's 20 minutes every other day or 30 minutes an hour a week. You're going to see a drastic change in your mood, even if your mental health issues aren't completely resolved. So those are just a few ways to level up your life. They're very simple. Important thing here is to be consistent with them, and then you'll see a lot of great changes. Make sure you're not overdoing it, like saying you're going to get 10 hours of sleep, doing meditation in the morning, doing breathing techniques, doing yoga, and all these things that are just going to feel so overwhelming for you that you just don't want to do them, and you might end up even burning out. My question to you is, are you implementing any of these things now that I just said to level up your life? Or are you going to start implementing anything that I said? If I missed anything in terms of what you're going to do in 2024 to level up your life, I'd love to know. I'd love to share with everybody else. I feel like we could all learn from each other. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.